As Vietnam becomes a more popular destination among Filipinos, this recently launched route by their flag carrier VIETNAM Airlines is a welcome addition. Join me as we fly in economy class from Manila to Ho Chi Minh City. A lot has happened since the new NAIA Infrastructure Corporation took over in mid-September 2024. NAIC wasted no time making their presence felt. Within days, they rolled out several changes, including increased parking fees, higher charges for VIP handling, and a rise in takeoff and landing fees for airlines. And for travelers, buckle up and prepare for a bump in terminal fees starting next year. With so many added fees, expectations are high for real improvements. There's no denying that many parts of NAIA are in desperate need of a refresh. Terminal 3 has its own set of issues, but for me, Terminal 1's departures area, designed by national artist for architecture Leandro Locsin, has stood the test of time. The renovations done throughout the years have preserved its unique and distinct character, making it a real standout among Southeast Asian airports. Hopefully, the new management can strike the right balance by maintaining what's worth preserving while addressing the areas that need improvement. VIETNAM Airlines is the first Vietnamese carrier to offer direct flights from its two biggest cities, Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. They announced these new routes to and from Manila in April 2024 and started flying in June. We arrived at the airport 3 hours before our flight, and to our surprise, the check-in counters were already packed. A large tour group was traveling on our flight, so we were relieved to find that VIETNAM Airlines had a separate counter for those who availed of their online check-in. Within 10 minutes, my mom and I received our boarding passes and headed straight for security. We had an hour to spare before boarding, so we decided to drop by the PAGSS lounge, conveniently located right beside our boarding gate. Since the main lounge was full, we were asked to proceed to the lounge extension. This extension is accessible to business class passengers of several airlines, as well as select local credit card holders, Priority Pass, Dragon Pass, and Lounge Key members. Feel free to pause the video here. To be quite honest, this lounge has seen better days and is long overdue for a renovation. But it's still a better option than waiting at the boarding gate. The main drawback of the extension is that it still doesn't have its own restrooms, unlike the main lounge. However, it does serve the same food and beverages, minus the manned bar where you can order simple cocktails. Having recently visited the Mabuhay Lounge and tasted their signature arroz caldo, I couldn't help but compare it to the version served in the PAGSS Lounge. Don't get me wrong though, it's still delicious in its own right and pairs well with their freshly steamed siomai. It's almost our boarding time, so let's head to the gate. Our aircraft this morning is a 12-year-old Airbus A321-200. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Biyahe Menes. My name is Earl and I create trip reports and airport lounge tours. I just want to take a moment to thank every single one of you because we finally reached 1,000 subscribers! Yay! There are many more videos coming your way, so if you enjoy aviation content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Priority boarding was given to business class passengers and persons with disabilities. Once priority boarding was complete, boarding was open for everyone. Welcome on board VIETNAM Airlines Flight VN649 bound for Saigon. Economy class is arranged in a 3-3 configuration and my seat for today is 37A. The legroom is very generous, definitely the most I've experienced in a narrow-body aircraft. You can even scoot to the aisle without disturbing your seatmates. The tray table can be adjusted back and forth, but it doesn't fold in half. Unfortunately, there are no personal TVs on this aircraft. In the seat back pocket, you'll find an air sickness bag, the safety card, instructions for in-flight streaming, and the Heritage in-flight magazine. One downside is the absence of headrests, so neck pillows might come in handy. Hi Ma! On the bright side, the aircraft is equipped with personal air vents. Once the boarding process was complete, the cabin crew distributed wet wipes to all passengers.
Passengers, in preparation for takeoff, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened, your seat is pulled upright, your tray table is secured.
Right after takeoff, the cabin crew began the breakfast service. For a short 2-hour flight, I was pleasantly surprised to receive a full tray along with a drink service. For breakfast, there were 2 options available: chicken or fish with rice. I chose the fish in red sauce, while my mom opted for the chicken. Both meals were good, with the chicken being particularly juicy. However, the bread that accompanied the tray was stale. After the meal service, the cabin crew returned to offer us tea or coffee. I of course opted for coffee, which was strong and tasted great. Just a few minutes later, the cabin crew came around again, offering more water and handing out packs of mixed nuts. Welcome to the lavatory of this Vietnam Airlines A321. Here's the standard sink, some tissues, a lavender-scented hand wash, the toilet, a coat hook that comes with the toilet freshener thingy. I don't know what this is called. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The airline also provides a streaming service which passengers can access by connecting to the onboard Wi-Fi network. The selection is really limited, but for this short flight, I suppose it's forgivable and better than nothing.
With Vietnam Airlines, a member of VIETNAM Alliance.
We've started our descent into Saigon, so let me conclude our first trip report with Vietnam Airlines. Our journey started at NAIA, where check-in was packed and slow. Thankfully, there was a separate area for those who had already checked in online, which made the process quicker. Immigration and security were smooth and efficient, giving us some time to check out the PAGSS lounge. While we weren't accommodated in the main lounge, we were transferred to the extension just across from it. The food and beverages on offer were practically the same, but the extension lacked its own restrooms. Once on board, the seat offered above-average legroom, one of the most generous I've experienced in a narrow-body aircraft. The seat itself was comfortable, though it would have been better if it had headrests or a pillow. Both main courses tasted good, although the bread was stale. On the bright side, the coffee was excellent. For a short flight, it's commendable that Vietnam Airlines provided a full tray and even included a drink service. The cabin crew were warm, friendly, and efficient in completing the service. Overall, it was a good first flight with Vietnam Airlines, and I would definitely recommend them as an alternative for flying to Ho Chi Minh City. Currently, Vietnam Airlines operates 4 flights weekly from Manila to Ho Chi Minh City, and as demand grows, we'll see if they consider daily flights or deploying one of their wide-body aircraft to Manila. As for ticket prices, a round-trip journey can cost around 7,300 pesos, while a one-way trip is approximately 5,700 pesos. Both options include a 23-kilo checked baggage allowance. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip report. If you enjoy the content, please leave a like and consider sharing this video with your family and friends. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this Vietnam Airlines trip report in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell button so you stay updated and never miss out on future content. I look forward to having you again on my next video. Welcome to Saigon.